Good evening. Hello, my name is Teresa Harwell, and I'm a teacher here at Child's World Preschool. I'd like to introduce some of our staff that's here this evening. This is Mrs. Jamie Brown. She's another teacher here at Child's World. And Ashley Roughton, if you want to go ahead and stand up, she is our an aide here. And the other one that is with us that was not able to be with us tonight is Heather Wild. She's another aide, but she was not able to attend this evening. I also would like us to take a second to introduce Pastor Jeff. If you would like to stand up or wave, he is our pastor here at St. Paul UCC. And the Director of Christian Education and Faith Formation is Mrs. Jill Mayer. And she is also here at St. Paul UCC. We're going to go ahead and get started. I know a lot of you have a lot of things to get through in our packets and things to do this evening. First of all, I want to welcome each and every one of you, returning parents and, of course, new parents to Child's World. In the packets, the first thing you're going to come across is going to be the Child's World Preschool Handbook. Please take time to read through it. This is policy and procedures that we set up for the school. You do sign off on a agreement form that you have received and read that. So please take time to do that over the weekend. The next thing you're going to have in your packets is going to be an emergency contact card. This will be information that you need to put on here that is going to, if we would need to evacuate for any reason, this is going to be a card that we will be taking with us if we would have to leave. So you want to make sure all information is on there is important. We will also list the hospital if you don't. I will tell you right now, EMS here in Waterloo will not take them to Redbud. So they will be going to St. Louis, just to let you know. Okay? And if anybody has any questions at any time, please stop me. The next form in our packet is going to be the agreement form. This is the agreement form that you're signing up for Child's World, whether it be pre-K or preschool. And then, of course, the agreement that you're also for the handbook. All parents need to sign. I know there is a couple exceptions that I'm aware of, but otherwise all parents need to sign, moms and dads. The blue form is the communicable disease release of liability assumption of agreement form. To give you a little background on these forms is going to be that Child's World, along with St. Paul UC of Waterloo, requires a communicable disease release and liability assumption of risk agreement to be signed by each and every parent. By signing this release form of communicable disease, you are releasing the liability to us or for us. That the agreement also states that you are aware that there are risks to your child of being of exposure, direct or indirect, to the virus. It also states that Child's World will work closely with Monroe County Health Department for any illnesses that will arise, reporting of any information that is needed to them to contact tracing. Okay? The next form is going to be a purple form. This is the waiver of insurance and injury form. Basically stating that you're carrying insurance on your child, and it releases us of any injury that would take place from August 30th through June 1st. The next one is a lime green color, or spring green is what we call it. This is an authorization to sign in and sign out. With drop-off times now where you're not coming into the school, you'll be standing outside and dropping off your child. You're giving us the authorization to sign your first and last name of who will be dropping off their child, whether it be mom, dad, or grandma, grandpa, caregiver. So that is what the authorization form is for. And then, of course, the orange form is a multimedia permission form. This form, we periodically have newspaper. We put articles in the newspaper. It basically releases us to put your child's picture in there. We do not post any names. We also have a private Facebook page, and we also have our Child's World Preschool page. So this would release any pictures being put into those places. Any questions so far? Wow, easy group. Okay. Okay, the green form, dark green form, this is a t-shirt form. All the boys and girls that come to Child's World Preschool, their first year is going to get a t-shirt. So we'll need to have that form marked and sent in by the 10th, I believe, of September. And the second year, if you already have a t-shirt, we have a cute little bag that you're going to get. And you'll just need to mark that accordingly. Okay? Okay. The next piece of paper, you're going to have a short little yellow piece at the top stapled to a packet. This form is called the Asq Form. This is a testing form that is done at home with you and your child. I do not recommend you doing it all in one night. Do a couple questions every so often. This is a way where we're going to be able to do evaluations. We'll do an evaluation here in the class along with assessments. So when we have our parent-teacher conference, we can make sure we're both on the same page. And we'll give you guidelines of let you know where we're going to start out our program and what we need to know when we're going to end Child's World Preschool, what their goals are before they go to kindergarten to make sure we're going to be able to meet every single one of those. So the Asq form is what you're seeing at home compared to what we're seeing here at school. And we're hoping we're going to be on the same page. If not, we'll make sure we get on the same page. Okay? Perfect. The next couple pages, 1, 2, 3, is in reference to a script program. And I'm going to read you here. Mrs. Harwell can find it. Or not. Oh, sorry. Fundraising. We participate in a program called Shop with Script. Script fundraising is a no-sell program that allows family to raise money on their nonprofit organizations for basically by using gift cards. Okay? It's just another way to pay for everyday purchases by using gift cards in place of cash, checks, or even credit cards. You sign up for the program. It's really real good around holidays whenever you need to do your shopping. And you just basically would mark up what you need. Gift card wise, we do the shopping for you, and then we, in return for the cash, will give you a credit card, or I believe you can also do this online. Is that correct too, Jill? Yes. Any questions about this when it gets, at any time you need to purchase, please get with your teacher and we'll walk you through the steps of signing up. Okay? Child's World also participates with Papa John's fundraising pizza night. We'll be sending flyers home. We do that every single month. Proceeds of the night of Papa John's comes back to Child's World Preschool and helps us do quite improvements in our classrooms. A couple other things we're looking for fundraising ideas for this school year. We're discussing a possible parents' night out where we're going to do your babysitting for you, possibly around Christmas or maybe Valentine's Day. We teachers don't have anything else to do, so we'd like to babysit, just to say. We also have an Amazon wish list too, that we'll have things on there too if you like. So I get notifications, hey, can we help out any other way? We do have the wish list that you can go onto Amazon from Child's World. You can see what little things we post on there. It kind of helps up stuff in the classroom too if you like to help out that way also. Okay. Child's World also, monthly you will be getting Scholastic book orders. Any book orders that you do purchase come directly to Child's World, unless for some reason you have a big enough order and you can actually opt out and have those sent to your home. But any books that you do order helps us here at the school, helps us replace a lot of used books and gives us some new books that we can start offering to the kids in classes too. And the first one for that one will be going home the first week of school, just to let you know. The next one's going to be a bright yellow piece of paper. That is our school calendar for the year. Let you know what days we're going to be in session, or should say not in session, no school. We are mirroring those with the school district here in town. Also, if there is any bad weather and the school district would close, we close too. So we would notify you through our private Facebook page and our Remind app to alert all of our families. Okay? The next one will be a class schedule. And you're going to have little information. The next couple pages will be about your teacher and the aide in the classroom. And the last one is just a reference card, something you can put on your refrigerator. It has phone numbers on there. Me and Mrs. Brown, if you have any questions or concerns as a mom, just like myself, I want to know what's going on. So if they come home and they talk about something, please don't hesitate to call your teacher and say, Johnny was talking about this today. Did it really happen? Did it not happen? I'm not sure. It's really bothering me. I have no problem you giving me a call. Mrs. Brown is the actually same way. We want to know too. So please do not hesitate to give us a call. The Scholastic book code to order Scholastic books when you order online is also on this card. Drop-off time, we'll talk a little bit about that in just a second, but that information is on there, and tuition, and how to pay online, and we're going to talk a little bit about that also. Anyone have any questions so far with all the information in your packet? Okay, moms and dads need to sign all the forms that are needed, and we like to have those back, and actually I said we need to have those back by the 1st, which would be Monday, the 30th, first day of school. Okay? Perfect. Okay. Now, none of this stuff is in your packets. It's in the handbook. That was that green book that you guys are going to read over the weekend. So I'm going to give you kind of a broad little view of things that's kind of important in there. Drop-off. Drop-off, again, will be outside, down at the bottom of the Child's World Preschool doors. So when you go back out of the church here, you're going to see our big Child's World Preschool signs, the doors right there. If you came for a tour, that's where you're going to meet us in the morning at 8:10. Drop-off time is at 8:10. All children need to be dropped off by 8:15. At that time, the doors will be locked. We will be heading up to use the bathrooms and wash our hands before we can get into the classes. If for any reason you are going to be running later than 8:15, please notify your teacher. So it's really important to put our numbers in your phones so that way you can call us. We don't have access to the church number at that time, so it's important to have our cell phone numbers with you in your phone so you can notify us that you're going to be running late. But 8:15 is when they all need to be dropped off. Okay? Talking a little bit about drop-off. New parents, it's really, really hard. I know, I'm a mom. I know exactly what it feels like when they're crying and they're carrying on and they don't want to let go of you. But in the long run, it's better if you go ahead and let us take them. They will stop crying. If they don't, we will call you. We promise. Okay? But it's better for them if they get away from you sooner, because the longer they hold on to you, the worse it's making it for them. And we can only tell you that that's from experience, okay? It's the hardest thing you can do, but it will be okay. And we will call you if we can't get them to calm down. Last year with this way of dropping off without the parents coming in because of COVID, it was like a bad thing, but a good thing. And we didn't have any criers last year. They were all just like, hey, see you later, Mom. See you later, Dad. Because they knew what fun they were going to have when they got upstairs. Okay, and we're going to have that again this year, I know. So, doors are all locked after 8:15. Okay. Dismissal. We will be dismissing at the same place. The only way we dismiss anything different is going to be if we are out at the playground area, which will send you a little thing across the Remind app that says, meet us at the playground area. So that would be the only difference instead of at the doors. We don't pack up and put our coats and jackets and get our backpacks on until 11:45. So don't be expecting us to walk out at 11:45. We'll be getting ready at 11:45. Okay? Yes. Yes, Remind app. We'll get to that. So we have a private Facebook page, which a message would have went out to you to join. So if you were in my class, you're going to have a session request, and then there will also be a remind. On the Facebook group. So how to get on Remind is on the Facebook group. Okay, did you hear that? So if anyone needs help with those at meet and greet, Thursday or Friday, we will help you with that to get on those. I know some of you are not on Facebook, and that's okay. It's okay. Okay, we good? Okay, perfect, fantastic. Okay, moving along here. Tuition. Tuition's due on the 1st of every single month. If you are pre-K, it's $170. And that means they're coming 3 days. If they're in preschool and they come 2 days, it's $125. Okay. If it's after, we allow you a grace period of 10 days. If it's after that 10th day, there will be a $10 fee charged to the account that will need to be paid. So we don't want, but that's not going to happen. Pay by check, pay by cash. And then you're also to pay through our church website. You're going to go into stpaulucconline.org. At the top, there is going to be a click on Donate, and it's going to prompt you through there, so you can pay online every single month. You can also pay, the material fee is also due the very first month of September, the first payment for tuition. September 1st, the $50 material fee is also due, and you can pay that also online. So you don't ever have to give me the check, give the teacher the check, or cash. You can just pay online every single month. It's very easy, very convenient. Okay? Any problems with that, please let us know. We'll help you through it. Okay? Snacks. We are going to be, the first of the month, we will be sending out, this is talking September, so we'll be sending out a calendar. It'll have names on the days at schools that they're in session. If your child is not on that calendar, just means that month you don't have snack to bring, okay? If they are on there, you're going to get a little piece of paper at the very top. It's going to give you suggestions and ideas, going to let you know how many kids are in that class, going to let you know if we have any allergies in that class. And then they're going to get to bring in snack. Now, these have to be store-bought in, store-sealed. It'll be a drink, and it'll be the nutritional snack. And we'll actually give you suggestions and ideas. We are allowing fruit this year, or vegetables. Again, they just have to be cleaned, washed, and packaged at the store, from the store. So no taking home. Bananas are the only exception. Am I right? Okay, good. Any questions on that one? So we send that home to you, so we give you reminders to let you know hey, Cindy's got snack on Monday, so you'll bring that in on Monday morning and we'll be able to take care of that. Okay? Birthdays, same way. We send you a notification going home, says, hey, we're going to celebrate Cindy's birthday on Wednesday. You go to the store, we'll give you suggestions for that too, something she might like. She might like ice cream. I don't know, Yo Toppings, it sounds great too. And that's totally fine. You bring that on in, we'll put it in the freezer, and we'll celebrate her birthday. Half birthdays for birthdays that come across during the summer or when we're not in session. Okay? Perfect. Classroom parties. Well, we're just hoping to we will always have the class parties. However, we're hoping to be able to have a limited number of volunteers to come in and help us this year. So at this given point in time, right now, it's still in conversation, and I can tell you that we will let you know if we're able to open up to any parents to come in and sign up for a volunteer. Okay? Things change every day with COVID. So we're just trying to stay on top of everything. Same thing with field trips. One of the things I'd like to mention is we usually get invited to go to the firehouse when Fire Prevention Week. I don't know if they're going to be doing anything this year or not. If they do, we'll be signing up and we'll be taking a walk to the firehouse for a field trip. The other one is the library. We usually do that one in the spring. As long as everything stays where we can take that field trip, we will be taking the field trip. Okay? Parents are always invited to go. We just have to, as long as we're following the protocol that they have at their facility. Great. Extra clothes, as everyone can remember, there's no information in there, but we want everyone to, when you come meet and greets tomorrow, bring an extra pair of clothes. It's hot now, so I would always tell you to bring summer clothes now, and if you can pack some winter clothes in there too, that's great. Socks and underwear. Our accidents do happen. Mostly our accidents are from something spilled at snack time or in art, possibly. And we'll put them in a big Ziploc bag and have their names on there. Great. School clothes. Everybody likes to dress really cute to come to school. I know moms and dads spend a lot of money on clothes. They're not cheap. And we want everybody to look cute, but just remember that the markers are washable, the paint is washable, but they do make messes and they do get stuff on them, and I would hate for anything to be totally ruined. So just keep that in mind when they are dressing to come to school. We have special dress-up days like, Christmas programs and things like that, so we'll keep all those things away. Oh, no sandals. We do go out on our playground area, and there's mulch out there. So with little girls or little boys with sandals, sometimes that's not always the best thing ever. So really, tennis shoes are the best thing you can be wearing. Just going to throw this one out here. I know Velcro is the best thing right now for these little guys until they can start learning how to tie shoes. If you can get tennis shoes with Velcro on, it'll help them out for many years, even getting into like kindergarten and first grade until their little hands are able to tie those knots. Okay? We do have images for kids that come in the spring and take class pictures and individual pictures. We will be doing that again this year. Drills. Once a month we do fire drills, and quarterly, we will do tornado and earthquake drills also. We want to make sure all those boys and girls are ready to go to kindergarten and used to these types of drills that we have to be ready for. So we'll do those too. Stuffed animals and toys. Everybody likes to bring something special for home. And my recommendation is please just keep them at home or find some little story that you can tell them to leave them in the car, and it'll be there when they pick them up. We don't want anything to get broken or lost. A lot of times they like to stick stuff in their backpacks and they try to make excuses to go and get those things out. It's really better off that they're just not there at the time, and that is their kind of a way of saying, well, after school we get to go and we get to see those kind of special things that are to us. So please don't allow them to bring them to school. Leave them at home or leave them in the vehicle outside. Couple other things. So I told you about the Facebook page, the Remind app that we'd like for everybody to get on. Realm for payments, I'm just kind of going through some of my notes. Parent-teacher conference. We will be doing assessments the first month that your boys and girls are here with us. We want to see where they're all starting. That's why that ASQ comes in play. And we'll have a parent-teacher conference. We're going to go through where they're sitting at the beginning of school, let you know where our goal is. So when they leave Child's World Preschool, so we make sure that we have them all ready for kindergarten. And we'll talk about where we need to get with each one of them. Pre-K is a little bit different than preschool, so I'm kind of talking to you broadly. A little bit different on both of them of what our goals would be. We won't have a set parent-teacher conference at the end of the school year. We will only set those up if we feel it's need to be set up, individual base on those at the end of the school year. Okay? Always open door with Mrs. Brown and myself. You have a concern at home, you're having problems with something at home, doing at home, call us up. We'll help you, we'll give you suggestions and ideas. Okay? Okay, one more thing I'm going to mention before I'm going to let Ms. Brown talk. Please don't take this wrong. This, with COVID, I know everybody has different sets and goals that we are trying to accomplish here. Our thing is we have to keep our boys and girls, babies safe, and our teachers safe. Some of us don't like it. Some of us do like wearing the mask. Unfortunately, right now, we have to be wearing the mask. We're going to get the boys and girls outside. When they're outside, we'll take those masks off. But when we're inside, we're going to have to keep them on. There's so many restrictions, and they change every single day. If anything does change, we're going to let you know immediately. Trust me, me and Mrs. Brown and the rest of the staff does not like wearing them either when it comes to teaching. But we have to keep us all safe. When it comes to, and Mrs. Brown's going to get up here and talk, but when it comes to the sickness policy, every little thing in my eyes is a COVID symptom, okay? My thing to you is that please don't put something that you were with grandma and grandpa that had COVID, and now Monday morning here they come and they're at school, because if I see that on Facebook or somebody else sees it on Facebook, it's a flag for me, and I have to turn around and turn your child away. I don't want to have to do that. So my thought is please don't put something on Facebook that you don't want someone to know. Okay? Because it could put us in a really bad situation. Mrs. Brown's going to come up and talk about the sickness policy and our COVID policy.
She left me with a terrible job, and I apologize in advance. Okay, so real quick, our health and sickness policy is the same if you have children in the district. They cannot come to school with any type of symptoms. Let's see. So your child will not be allowed to attend school if they are suspected or having or diagnosed as having an infectious, contagious, or communicable disease. Examples would be obviously COVID, influenza, pink eye, strep throat, and there's other limited things too. They cannot come if they've had a fever of 100.4 or higher within the last 72 hours. And hello, did this to me at graduation. Hello? What? Well, I don't, but it's being live streamed. I'm not loud enough for that. Okay. So the fever, they cannot have a fever for 72 hours, and that's without medicine. So if they had a fever on Monday and have had Tylenol, they still cannot come back to school. They have to be without the medicine. They also cannot come to school if they have been diagnosed with head lice. And if that would pop up, we would go over the protocols for that, and then every family in the school would be notified for that as well. Your child will not be allowed. Keep going? Okay. Your child will not be allowed to attend school if they have any currently known symptoms of COVID-19, and as we all know, those change basically every day. Some of the symptoms include fever, cough, shortness of breath, difficulty breathing, chills, fatigue, muscle and body aches, headaches, sore throat, new loss of taste or smell, congestion, runny nose, nausea, vomiting, or diarrhea. If your child has any of those symptoms and it is determined by your medical provider that they do not have COVID-19, then the child can return to school if they do not have a fever for 72 hours and a negative test result, or no fever for 72 hours and a note from the medical doctor stating what that alternate diagnosis is. So if you know that they have an ear infection and the doctor says it's an ear infection, then just bring us that note and they can come back to school before that 10 days is up. If the student is diagnosed, hello? Okay. If the student is diagnosed with COVID-19, he or she is not to return to school until all four. Okay. Is this one on? No? Yeah? Okay. If the student is diagnosed with COVID-19, he or she is not to return to school until all four of the following are met. Student is free from the fever without the use of fever-reducing medication for at least 72 hours. The student's symptoms, including cough, have improved, and it's been at least 10 days since the onset of the student's illnesses. Also, we ask for a release letter from the Monroe County Health Department, and we will have to have that prior to them coming. A lot of the times last year, they would just email it to us, send us a picture, maybe via messenger, and then bring the hard copy to school. Please also consider keeping your child home from school if they have any conditions making them too uncomfortable. An example would be a urinary tract infection or just painful injuries. With any absences, please let your teachers know. You can send us a message through Facebook, you can text us, you can leave a message on the church answering machine or on our cell phones. Our cell phone numbers are posted everywhere, and if you still don't have it, please let us know and we'll make sure you get them. All right, so with COVID-19 closures, hopefully we're praying that we do not have any, but if your child's class has a positive case, we will immediately contact the health department and then we will immediately contact you. One day last year, we were here till almost 10 o'clock at night, making sure our families were notified. We base all of our guidelines off of what is set not only through the health department or Illinois Department of Health, but also through the church here. So there might be some where you're seeing that we're doing a little bit more than what the school district is doing. So as of this moment right now, if your child was quarantined or we had to quarantine a class, it is for the 14 days. And I know through the school district they have other options, but at this moment in time, we are sticking with the 14-day quarantine. And your child cannot test out to come back to school. Now, if the health department releases your child to go to, if your child goes to daycare, that's fine. But to come back to Child's World Preschool, they have to do the full 14-day quarantine. If the health department deems it necessary to close our facility for a length of time to quarantine at home, the teachers and staff will do our best to provide educational material remotely during this closure. It could just be fun little games that we give you. It could be small group activities, which tend to be worksheets. We like to post videos on our Facebook when we have been shut down before. Let's see. We're working closely with the health department for any illnesses that arise and reporting any information that is needed for them to conduct contact tracing. The current guidelines are subject to change. And I also want to point out that if we do have a positive case in the school, we have to give the health department your child's first and last name and your guys' first name, along with a phone number so they can reach you. But we will call also, okay? Does anybody have any questions? And if you ever have any questions, oh, Emily. Oh, okay. So at our last, so we have an oversight board above us, and at our last meeting, they stated that tuition's going to be the same regardless. However, I need you to know that if you are in a financial burden and you have to take off work for this, please come to your teachers and we will work with you, okay? Any other questions? No? Okay, come on up. And like she said, this changes every day, and we're hoping to have some time without masks. But as of this moment, with the governor's executive order, we have to wear masks.
Okay. We there? Okay. I think that will conclude our orientation for this evening. We're so excited to start the school year with all the boys and girls. We were talking about it today. We couldn't wait for Monday to actually get here. This is not the fun part for us. It's actually Monday and tomorrow and Friday. So we're really excited about the school year. So I hope they are too. If anybody has any questions, please catch us afterwards. Otherwise, we will see you at the meet and greets. Okay? Thanks so much. Have a safe trip home.